Let's talk about the presidential jet now. The deputy minister responsible for defense is now out again, indicating to us that the jet, the Falcon, may stay longer in France because there are some new faults that have been detected with it, raising a lot of questions. Should we buy a new one? He says the order from the president is, look, do a broad reform and uplift of logistics within the Ghana Armed Forces, and that should include our strategic airlifts as well. I want you to listen to this brief tape explaining some of the issues, and then we'll have your take on it.
With the wing of the aircraft, and that's why they had to engage the original equipment manufacturer in order to resolve it. The current issue was dealt with, had to do with the leak of the fuel tanks. And so once they are done, the specific test that will be run includes the fuel tanks and also do a ground engine run test. And where they had to fix the wing, it has to be painted. So all of these had to be completed before the aircraft will return to Ghana. The reported corrosion spots detected within the aircraft fuel tanks, which affected the aircraft's delivery date, have undergone extensive repairs. These corrosion issues in the fuel tanks have since been resolved. However, in the course of the inspection, fuel leakages were observed from the right-hand wing tank. Unfortunately, after successfully repairing the section of the wing that experienced the leakages, other challenge was encountered while reinstalling the lower panel beneath the wing. This occurrence has resulted in further delay in the completion of the inspection. Mr. Speaker, following the difficulties encountered, Dassault Aviation invited the Falcon Wing original equipment manufacturer to the Dassault Falcon Services hangars to enable the OEM conduct an on-site assessment of the right-hand wing lower panel and provide independent technical recommendations aimed at expediting the repair and reinstallation process. The repair from the OEM has been successfully carried out, and the right-hand wing repair has also been completed. Mr. Speaker, upon the completion of this rectification, the aircraft has to undergo a leak test of the fuel tanks, a third engine ground run, painting of the wing lower panel, and finally an acceptance flight will be performed. Mr. Speaker.
Okay, you just said Kujubu Hussein. It's the fault of the government. Anyway, here's what I want us to do. Let's go online first because the Traders Advocacy Group, a group of traders and business people, they are asking for a new presidential jet. They feel that, look, all of these things you're saying, let's just go in for a new one and that will solve the problem. Nana Champo is with us. Good morning to you. Thank you for your time. So share your thoughts with us. You say that as a group of traders, you feel the way out is just for us to purchase a new one. Nana, I hope you can hear me. Okay, looks like Nana's been with us for quite some time. I don't know if he's still active. Nana, can you hear me? We'll do that shortly while we ready him. I mean, what do Ghanaians even think about this? Kamal, you want to have your take on this? Should we just buy a new one? Kamal, let's start. Yeah, maybe Kamal could start for it. Yeah, just go ahead. Yeah.
I'll start with and I think Honorable Ablakwa has been dishonest to us because somewhere around 2022 in February, we are expecting a letter from Honorable Ablakwa. Dear Ghanaians, Honorable Samuel Okujetu Ablakwa, MP for North Town, and also the Minister for Foreign Affairs, hereby apologize to Ghanaians. In fact, I lied that the presidential jet is fit for purpose until 2032, but in fact, it's a lie. I sincerely apologize. Yours sincerely. Honorable Samuel Okudzeto Blackwell, then he will sign. In fact, before we can allow this government to purchase a new jet, because he was very dishonest to Ghanaians, telling us that the jet is fit for purpose. Meanwhile, now we are not seeing the faults. They are not telling us the faults of the jets. I think Ghanaians deserve an apology letter from him, whether formal or informal. He's trying to ask, dear Ghanaians,
don't you think that the monies that he raised concerns about, that the S4 administration used in the presidential travels of the former president, could have been used for a quick repair of the Falcon?
Repairing it, whether quick or not quick, it will still take time, maybe months or years or maybe days. So the president will still travel and might still use a jet. So we proposed a new jet, and then they were opposing it. And then now they're in power now, and they're telling us the jet is faulty, and we should believe it. Whilst he told us that the jet is fit for purpose until 2032. I think the man has been very dishonest to Ghanaians, and the NDC lied their way through power.
Okay, come on.
Listen, I'm starting by saying the NDC treated former President Nana Addo as though his life didn't matter. Broja Jemfi, my XYZ online, he said, we will treat you like MPP MPs if you support purchase of new presidential jets. That was what he told his MPs then when they were in minority. And when I saw your flyer, that Honorable Lenchini was also appearing on this program to talk about presidential jet, I said, did he look at the topic? Because, Honorable, this is you, captured on City, June 20, 2021. Our presidential jet offers better security and safety than a private jet.
That is true.
Tobu. And this is a quotation. A retired police officer, a member of Parliament.
Read the headline.
No, let me. There's a place I'm interested in. Parliament for Wawes, Peter Lanchini Tobu, insists that the Minister of Defense, Dominic Nitiwu's justification for non-use of presidential jet for the president's recent travel holds no water. So there's nothing you say today that will hold water for me. Again, lastly...
Are you not concluding on the matter?
No, I've already concluded based on what he ever said. You see, the NDC, some of the NDC members of Parliament and ministers have no right to even start this discussion at all. They have no right at all. This is Honorable Ablakwa, 15 December 2021. A government which claims to be facing one of the most difficult economic challenges of the modern era, and for which it seeks to railroad an obnoxious and regressive e-levy, should not be holding consultation for the purchase of a new presidential jet. We shall frustrate these two, consistent with the Akufo-Addo doctrine of priorities, as contained in the February Parliamentary Hansard of 15th February 2000. I want to know whether they've been able to solve every problem, whether they've paid the teachers, they've paid nurses, whether everything is in order for them to begin to discuss a purchase of presidential jet. We will resist it, just as they said. The key word that was flying all over was that the jet was in pristine condition. It is still pristine. President Mama should use it.
But you've just been told by the minister that it's not in pristine.
I'm not listening to him.
Then when we should hear from the lady.
I know, but he's saying...
When the then defense minister, Dominic Nitiwu, was explaining, they had none of that. They said that we should still use it. And remember, Honorable Ablakwa even said that it has 2 engines. If one fails, the other 3 engines, right? If 1 or 2 fails, still the other one can carry. So meaning President Nana Addo's life didn't matter. Right. He should sit in one flight powered by 1 engine. Even if this one is leaking, is broken, is rusting, President Mama will sit in it.
Well, he's not using that. I've not seen him using it. Okay, he's used it once, I think, when he came into office. So maybe I will see what he will decide on that, whether or not he will continue to use that. Let's go behind. Yes.
I'm Jamila.
And Nana, I'll come to you online. So just hold on with us briefly. Yes. Let's hear you. Yes.
Yeah. I'm Jamila. The previous government was demanding for a private jet, which is quite different from the presidential jet, At least he should have opted for maintenance or something. By using the country's money to rent a private jet is something that the citizens will really be against it. And then the stage of the country now, nurses are complaining of not being paid and other civil servants too as well. Yeah, we all know the crisis we are in, but then the safety of our leaders too should also be put into consideration. Well, NDC being in opposition during the previous government, they've made comments saying that they should not change their private jet and all that. Maybe the jet was in a good stage.
At that time?
Yes, than now.
I get it, yeah. Than now?
Yes. And everything has time for expiry.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, obviously.
Even when you buy phone, it's to expire. So for the current government to buy a new jet, at least when you go to Circle, we have something like swapping.
Yeah. So we can
do
okay.
swap.
Let me just go.
Save cost.
Yeah, feel free. Just go ahead. Yeah, share your thoughts with that.
Gideon, I think the problem with this private jet issue is just two.
Okay.
Now, Ghana as a nation has a problem. One of our biggest problem is the maintenance culture. And each and every time we blame politicians for it. But who is responsible to ensure that the maintenance of the presidential jet, quote unquote, presidential jet, is always a priority for the government? Who is responsible? Of course, the Minister of Defense has oversight over that. Yeah. But there is a need for us to understand that people are on ground to ensure that these things are being done, which they are not doing. They should be fired. So I think that moving from sports, what have you, and now a presidential jet, there is a problem with Ghana in terms of maintenance culture, right from the basic school up to the tertiary level. It is a general problem. There is a need for us to look at that as a sector. We should take key priority in ensuring that children's coming up would ensure that they have that kind of maintenance culture in their mind.
Should we not just buy a new one?
That is where I'm coming to. So with the SWAL administration, their problem was the kind of communication they had. They could have probably, let's say, deal with other things, but the former defense minister was talking about the fact that the president couldn't even bath
in the air.
In Ghana, we take communication very seriously. The way we say certain things is very instrumental in our daily lives. So someone will just say something and someone will take it lightly, but the other would say something and someone will take it so much. So there is a need for it.
So you feel the government then did not communicate the need for
it? It was just a communication problem. So for now, even back then, for me, I would advocate for the government should have just purchased the new one, because when you compare the prices of maintenance and the prices of acquiring a new one, then you should know that, any serious government will tell you, let's go in for a new one, sell the old one, and let's just have since President Kufuor's time we purchased that jet, it definitely, and looking at how the problem of maintenance culture, it would have been bedeviled with several problems. So I think that it is the communication that the Nanado's administration should have put out properly to Ghanaians, then we know our way around. But whether back then or now, if the presidential jet is at fault, is having so much fault, we should just purchase a new one and forget about this kind of, let's just move on as a nation.
Let's move on. So what do you think?
Mr. Blessed, I agree with my brother that we need to move on as a country where we have got into, particularly so when Ghana prides itself as the beacon of democracy across the sub-Saharan Africa and even the African continent at large. I mean, it can never be understandable that a country that prides itself as a beacon of democracy does not have some of these basic features like a presidential jet to be able to sustain and live up to the tenets of being a beacon of hope. Indeed, a lot of things has been said in the previous administration.
Should we be apologizing to the former president, for instance?
Apologies, I think, are in order, but it shouldn't be the wherewithal. If the honorable ministers who were in charge of making those comments feel they need to apologize, of course, they should come out and do so. It will be in their own interest. But I think that we have to just move on, do what we have to do in order to stem any possible reoccurrence of the unfortunate loss of the gallant eight's life. I mean, the good Lord be with their souls, and we hope that doesn't occur again. So that's what I would want to say on this matter.
In fact, I want us to purchase too. I don't know if you all agree with me, but let me go online briefly, and I'll come to my guest. There's a trade advocacy group asking for us to purchase new ones. Nana, are you going to help as businessmen at least make some donations to the state? We could purchase some new aircrafts for. We could donate it. How about that? Nana, are you with me?
Yes, I'm with you now.
Yeah.
I think your studio engineers muted me from the beginning.
Apologies.
That's why I couldn't add my voice to. You've released me now.
Yeah, you are the man with the cash. I'm asking if you buy some new aircraft for us and donate it. You're a businessman. You have the money.
Let us tackle the main actuals of the issue, all right? And then we come to that level. Look, as traders, we are frequent travelers, and we came out adding our voice to the purchase of new presidential jet because of the inconveniences that we go through when we actually fly out there. The inconveniences of flying a commercial airline is very, very, very bad. And to see a leader, a president, flying in a commercial, I'm not saying he's superhuman more than anybody, but in respect as a leader, I think we should accord the presidency as an institution. That is the rationale behind us coming out, telling the administrators of this institution that they should quickly purchase one, and for that matter, a little bit bigger for it to serve the purposes which it's supposed to serve. That was the reason why we came out boldly, telling the presidency as an institution. You see, I will not go, at the tangent of what the studio participants are saying. We don't do politics, but we are putting our voice in it because of inconveniences associated with commercial travel.
At least the president is not complaining, is he? Because he's been flying commercial ever since.
You see, Mr. John Mahama is doing the wrong thing. He has a family. He should think of his family. Look, the repair works they are doing to this the jet we have, it's a recipe for disaster. Airlines are not like a vehicle that you can take to a mechanic and then you go and repair it the way you want. When something happens, you're on the ground. After this repair works and something happens again in airborne, what are you going to do? And you don't have an emergency place to land. You are going directly to the sea. So what we are saying, we will still maintain our stance that we see the presidency as an institution, and the administrators of this institution should ensure the security and convenience of the leader. Because we are being petty as a country, parading a whole lot of political, rubbish around this, issue.
You feel this is not a political matter? It involves cash. We'll be using state funds to purchase a new aircraft.
Are you telling me, are you telling me that Ghana is so poor that we cannot protect our leader? Is that what you're telling me? It shouldn't be. Look, I don't belong to A or B, but as a businessman, I wish I have my own jet to fly in. Are you getting it?
Okay, so let's talk about the solution now. What do you guys intend to do? Because
we still maintain our stance that those who matters to make sure the presidency as an institution is safeguarded should purchase a new jet now.
At least we've seen the president's brother show some good sign, a good gesture. He's giving his own to the president to fly a few. Look,
it's very wrong. Yeah. It's very wrong. We shouldn't entertain this. We are not that poor as a country. Please, Kojo, let us face facts. Let us face facts. The first gentleman, whether blue or green or yellow, is somebody we should protect. We shouldn't be playing, with the life of a president who have a family. going to repair a jet for him to sit in. If I were Mr. Mahama, I would never sit in that repaired
after spending money on it.
That is why, which is why they shouldn't have, at the first place, spent money on it. But they should have gone in. I heard my sister saying swapping. It was good. We could have sold it and then added money to it and buy a new one.
But who's it in that one? Who's it in that one?
That one, when I sell it, when I take my phone to sell it and then swap it, who is going to use it?
That one is not your business.
It's not my problem.
I see. We'll sell it to your group. Anyway. Honorable. because the honorable member.
It in Jesus' name.
Okay, amen to that. Nana, just hold on for me. Because Honorable has background in security. Of course, he will be able to provide us with some context. But you're facing questions as well. That when you had the opportunity in the position, you did not support the call for a new one.
Thank you very much. Let me first of all say that I am impressed this morning when I heard Kojopo, who started saying that when we talk about energy, he doesn't do politics
about it. Yeah.
So when we talk about security, from our onset in 2019 when I joined politics, I don't do politics with security. You see, why is the presidential jet not under Minister of Transport? It is under the Minister of Defense. And in fact, the presidential aircraft is actually manned by the Ghana Air Force. There's a security reason for that. The presidential aircraft is a security tool to protect the president. So we're talking about the president's safety and security. People are talking about we don't have schools, we don't have this, we don't have that. Listen, you need to protect the head to think about how to bring in income to be able to get those schools for you. So the protection of the president, the safety and security of the president is so paramount that for me, what happened in the past and what is happening now, conclusively, everybody is saying that we need a new presidential jet. Somebody said...
Who is everybody?
Let me come.
No, please. Speak for yourself.
Let me finish.
Please. No, which everybody?
Let me finish.
No.
Let me finish. In the past, you see, let me come. In the past, the mistake was that if you are talking about transparency and you don't get it and you present a document to Parliament or you present a proposal to Parliament and Parliament rejects it. Let me give a clear example. Okay. We were told that they are building a national cathedral. When you are going to Parliament, you see a wall of very covered, and we thought that serious work was going on. When it was gradually opened, $58 million had gone, and it's just a hole. So when you come and do a presentation and there's no clarity, there's no way I will support you. But for me, in principle, the president needs a pristine jet to do business.
You on the committee in the last Parliament, isn't it? Yes. Are you saying that Dominic Mitu did not provide an,
No. He didn't convince us, and we told him, if you want us to support you in that bit, please, can you be more expressive and more explicit? Look, today...
So you're saying this on record?
I'm saying this on record.
That Dominic Mitu did not convince you?
I'm telling you, he didn't convince me, he didn't convince my chairman, he didn't convince the committee. The principle of a new presidential jet was not a problem. We were thinking that if this particular one is not good enough, can you convince us? Today, we don't need to be convinced because the jet is not even here. The manufacturers have kept it under maintenance. People are talking about maintenance schedule. Please listen. You see, you don't know aircraft business in terms of security. The maintenance schedule is rigorous. If you don't maintain it according to the schedule line, no pilot will fly that flight. First of all, before you see a pilot in the aircraft taking off, it has been cleared by the maintenance schedule that it is okay for you to fly before the pilot will sit inside. Even the pilot, if you don't fly for 6 months, you have a challenge. Your license can even be withdrawn. So whatever it is about aircraft, we are documentation to show that, listen, probably you are exceeding your time to go back for checks, and you cannot fly today, and that is it. But if you are supposed to go back, you go back.
The media had reported of the initial challenge with that aircraft. I recall the president went to the US for the UN General Assembly. That's when the first incident happened. You were in the country. You heard about all of these challenges with the jet.
If you are going to work with a VIP bus and you bust a tire, you go and buy a new one, you change the tire. But if at the end of the day, the engine is affected and gradually it can stay in the workshop for 2, 3, 4, 5 months, and you come and tell people that, listen, where we have gotten to, we need a new bus. Everybody will listen to you. Unless we just want to do the politics with it. That because in the past, it wasn't so clear about the need and the capacity of the aircraft to continue to carry the president. And we said, listen, we don't believe that the mechanical challenge we are experiencing now is said that the flight is written off. And you fail to convince us. Today, it is not even the politician who is saying it. The engineers are telling you this place is corroded and this place is like this. We've changed this, but we still have a lot of things to do. And gradually, from March up to now, the flight is still there. You see, let me just say something. Let me say something. The truth is also that Honorable Castle Atufosen, he's made everything priced in dollar cheaper. So if you're even thinking about the cost of it, anything that is priced in dollar now is cheaper.
Honorable, don't you take responsibility?
This is the government that have brought the dollar from 17 to now 10.93 as of yesterday.
I get that, but don't you accept?
Go to Osu.
Kenke come down.
Are you eating Osu or you're eating Alajo?
Kenke in Osu, has it come down?
No, are you eating Osu or Alajo?
Cities now.
In Alajo, Osu.
Okay. Honorable,
here's what I have to do. When a bowl of maize is just 200 bigger.
Anyway.
Kenke is 7 cities.
Honorable, this is the point. Honorable. Could you, I'll come to you.
Go to Tumu and go and see a bag of maize. A bag of maize is
guys, yes, just hold on. Honorable, please, just hold on. Do you take responsibility for the fact that you in the NDC partly may have politicized the conversation, a reason for which, we're where we are today, and that it should have been a national issue, just as you were saying during the time of the Eswell government?
I've said that I don't do politics with security.
Yeah.
And if I am convinced, beyond reasonable doubt, that the position you are espousing regarding the efficiency of the presidential jet is said that we need a new one, I will support it.
Dominic Nichiwo then came to your committee. He was on the floor.
I am telling you, as a matter of fact, that Dominic, as we speak, if you speak to the committee members, we are not all convinced at the time that the status or the state of the presidential jet at the time was not fit for purpose. And we told him. He couldn't prove it.
But
he couldn't justify it.
Those who told him.
Right? Today, what you are hearing the Deputy Minister of Defense even read out, listening to him alone, you get scared sitting in that aircraft.
I see. So we should buy a new one. The aspect of, I'll give you the time. The aspect of the president's brother allow him to fly his private one, is it security-wise, is that okay with you?
Nationally, it shouldn't be allowed. Okay? But if your brother will allow you to use his aircraft, I think it's safer than using an aircraft that you don't even know. But why? We don't have it. If you don't have it and your brother offers one, as a patriotic citizen, not necessarily because it's even your brother, any Ghanaian with a private jet of that caliber offering it to the president, if security clears it, you can use it. You see, the point is...
But it should be cataloged as a gift.
As a gift for what? I mean,
it's a gift, yes.
Oh, yes.
The cost of the travel should be a gift to the president.
Oh, yes, he doesn't charge for it.
Yes, but it should be cataloged as a gift.
That's fine. But I'm saying that Mr. Ibrahim Mahama, anytime he gives off that jet, he doesn't charge for it. So it can be catalogued as...
And it's for free. It's for free.
Yes.
But it's for free. He's giving it to us for free.
But I think that...
As a gift.
I think that even if it is offered for free, the president should fuel the jet.
All right.
Yeah?
Okay.
Because 64% of total cost of operation of any aircraft is fuel. 64%.
So the government should fund that.
At least the government should fund the full aspect of it.
All right. Okay.
Janet? From the PMP.
Are you avoiding me?
I'll come to you.
From the PMP.
I can't avoid you.
From the PMP, we don't see the reason why a president using a commercial vehicle is a problem. Because why? There are other people sitting over there, and commercial vehicles, we think that first class should be given to the president and his vice. Any other appointee plus members of parliament should be using commercial to travel. Because, and getting a new presidential jet is important for all of us. Now we are beginning to see that what the NPP, the politics that the NDC did, it has come back and it is revealing so much, and Ghanaians are now seeing the hypocrisy that when you are in opposition, it doesn't mean that anything they bring to parliament be against.
Why didn't President Akufo-Addo fly commercial the same way John Mahama is doing now?
After they told him, but he did. After they asked him not to hire expensive travels again, he started with the commercial.
We have to ask him to do that?
He started with the commercial. So now let President Mahama continue with the commercial until we get money to buy a new private jet, which I think that is necessary. Now the NDC cannot even mention presidential jet and then talk about buying a new one because of the way they made politics out of the entire thing, which is not good. Look, Parliament, what they do there in Parliament is not for the people of Ghana. It's for their own selfish whims and caprices. Because now...
There's an MP here.
No, what I'm saying is that they divided this house into two. We have against and for. no matter how good a policy is, if the NDC brings it into parliament, the MPP will say no. And no matter how bad a policy is, when they bring it to parliament, all the MPP people, NDC people, they will say yes to it. Are you fighting for us or your political party colors? This presidential jet has just come to serve as a notice that these people are not, they don't care about us. They don't care about Ghanaians. You wanted President Nana-Addo to die in that aircraft because you want a new...
I've not heard, and for the record, I've not heard any MP in the NDC say that.
Now,
they want
because you are looking for a new presidential jet...
But Janet, that's why I'm asking you to retract. Yeah.
No,
we haven't heard...
Okay, what I'm saying is that...
No, but we haven't.
Now they are telling us that
we haven't had any NDC MP say they wanted.
I'm not saying that they didn't. I'm just saying that I'm assuming that.
Yes, but let's retract.
Okay,
yes.
So that one retracted. Yes. But then what I'm saying now is that you are talking about a new presidential jet because you want to buy a new one. You've come out that the engine is corroded, and then the left wing has a problem. The lower left wing is having a problem, giving us so many things. You could see that she was uncomfortable mentioning it, as if mentioning all these things just to put it in the mind of Ghanaians that the thing is spoiled to no maintenance. To me, I don't believe it. Wait.
This engine is very dangerous.
How is it dangerous? I'm just telling you the things that are spoiled.
The minister didn't make those statements on his own.
He said that is what the repairer. No, when the former defense minister came, he didn't come to say that. Oh, I, Dominic Nitihood, have seen that this jet is not fit for purpose because he is not a repairer. He doesn't have even power to do that. It was the engineers that told him that it is not fit for purpose. But when he came, you did not believe it. Today, you want me to believe about your lower and upper wing.
Yeah, but now you have two people telling you.
That lower wing.
When they said it, you have told us that
it was good to go. The plane was perfect. It was flying well.
So let me hear from you.
Look, MPP
is not changing your
position. We are not buying them. Nobody. Nanwe wanakofa bayo. See,
then that is the politics.
But it is politics. You think we'll stop the politics?
But why are you doing politics with the national area for the president?
Why not do politics?
Why you don't have to do politics?
Ghana bought a plane for the first time in 1974. Jerry John Rawlings, his soul rest in peace, was a flight lieutenant. Why didn't he buy a plane in during his reign? Rawlings did not buy a plane. You see, when you see NDC, look at their ideologies and their thinking and where they are coming from. Not just today. You guys have never believed in all these things. You think that MPP are the affluent ones and the Nana-Addo ones who pass with the hold on, my brother, when I'm speaking, let me speak, please. Listen. Rawlings never bought a plane for 20 years. Then, in the latter years, they did something that President Kufuor said, look, this thing is shrouded in secrecy. He didn't even go to parliament. I will not fly those planes. So when he came in 2001, he sold those planes. Then at his end of his tenure, he ordered 2 planes, right? The now Falcon 900 and an Airbus, a bigger one. So President Kufuor was like, look, let's put the Ghana presidency where it should be. Because there were times when they'll go to Libya and Gaddafi will give them a plane to come. Or President Obasanjo will give President Kufuor a lift to Ghana. When they go to international travels, the Nigerian president will give President Kufuor a lift to Ghana, then go to Nigeria. It was embarrassing. So President Kufuor was like, look, let's give a befitting legacy to the presidency of Ghana. So he ordered 2 planes, a Falcon for short flights and the Airbus, the bigger plane for international long-distance travel, which can carry the bigger press corps and people like what the Americans have. He ordered it. Guess what happens? President Atta came, the NDC now cancelled the bigger one and only left with the Falcon. So, yes, that's the truth. Yeah. Atta cancelled it. So let's let the youth who are now listening to some of these conversations understand where the NDC...
Are you not mindful of the cost? You're just speaking as though there's no cost.
It's more expensive for you to go and take a flight.
Let's educate the Ghanaians. When the NDC today tried to talk about buying a plane, they've never believed in buying any plane. So they should stick, like my brother said, there should be an apology from Ablakwa in the first, before we even start this conversation. Listen, when the President Kufuor, in his mindset, I'm leaving, but let's put Mistakes have been done in the past. Rawlings made big mistakes. Mistakes have been done. President Kufuor, admitted I've not done well. But let's put Ghana presidency where it is. Order 2 planes, Falcon and the Airbus. Atamils came. The NDC made all this noise. The first thing Atamils did when he came was to cancel the Airbus. So we are now left with just the Falcon. And the Falcon 900 is a smaller plane, which now does all these international travels that it's not supposed to. So it does all those travels. And today, when Nanadu came, he's like, look, this plane has a problem. Let's try and get a new one. You heard all the oppositions and all the politics that the NDC did. We are going to stick with the Falcon or commercial flight for presidents, period. Nobody. If the NDC wants to roll with the supermajority and buy a new plane and approve it, that's their own problem. Ghanaians voted them supermajority to come in and increase 4 by 1 cedi, to come in and buy a lavish airplane. That's their own business. We, MPP, will not support the purchase of any plane until, like my brother said, there is an apology. No, until you admit to Ghanaians that you did unnecessary politics with the plane. You see, all these private
you had the majority in parliament.
No, that's fine. We did it. Listen, we wanted to bring everybody along. They opposed it. What I'm telling you today is that all these
still had the majority.
All these private society, all these businessmen coming out to say, look, Qatar. You know, the American president, the Air Force One, is 35 years old. Qatar felt that the American president cannot have a 35. They've donated a new plane to Qatar. So the business community who are advocating should come together and donate a new plane.
Let me just go online. It's 30 seconds so I can get Nana online.
He said, when President Kufuor ordered the Falcon and the Airbus, President Atamils cancelled the Airbus. And that is why this smaller plane has done so much international trade. And probably that is what is affecting it now.
It's done too much trouble.
Yes, it's done too much trouble.
And whose fault is that?
All of us have agreed now that
it was a mistake to cancel it.
Because when you were in opposition.
If it's all about funding,
it was a mistake to cancel it.
All right. Okay. All right. I get that. Let me, Nana, tell me your final thoughts. So the way forward, Nana, for you online on Zoom. Nana, let's give you the last thing.
Did Nana agree when Nana?
Yes.
They should give me the opportunity to speak.
Nana, go ahead. Nana, land.
My namesake, Kojopoku, you are right. As business people, we donated a whole lot of money to MPP to come and repair business in the country. You failed. Let me put on record today that businessmen are happy with the arrangement with this current administration, but they are not happy with the economic activities that is taking place. I wish I have time to explain this to you.
I get that. So should we buy a new one? Should we buy a new one?
No, give me time.
Okay, just a few seconds.
A lot of business people, and they are happy with this administration than the previous administration. And there is more to this, but later we'll come in.
Okay, so we buy a new one.
We are still saying that the presidency, which we see as an institution, should do the needful and get a new jet for the presidency.
Grateful for your time, for joining us, Nana, and grateful to all of you who've watched us today. Thanks to Kojo. Yes, because of time. We need to go. We need to go because of our time. Thank you.